Well, this is Skippy. He is a golden doodle, and I spent 5 hours yesterday dematting him. This is his body after. We didn't want to shave him. And so now I'm going to work on his neck. His collar had been left on for 3 months without being taken off. And it's very hard to show here, but his entire neck is one solid mass of felt. This here isn't now. It's been brushed and combed. You see there are some spots that had to be shaved a little bit, but basically he does have hair, and in a month and a half he'll grow in and look normal. And so today's challenge is to get through this neck. All underneath his neck is completely matted. Completely. So this is going to take hours of me to pick. And then he's going to get a bath hopefully today. We'll see if I can do this within the time allowed with my schedule. If not, then I'll come back tomorrow morning and I'll give him a final bath and haircut and even everything up and condition his hair. And I'll talk about how to handle a dog like this since they're now becoming so popular. Yeah, is that your big nose there? You're a big boy? Yes, I love you. And so patient. All right, my love, let's get started. And let's see how long it takes us today. Look at those eyelashes. So handsome. I love that big nose. All right, then. All right, so here's the Skippy man. I decided that I'm going to demonstrate dematting. You are the cutest thing. Look at that nose. I just think he's so cute. Anyway, his neck is one solid mass of felt. And I'm going to demonstrate with the assistance of my camera woman here, just to show how I demat an animal 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch with a scissor and a slicker brush. Okay, you can hold it up a little higher, Lilia. Okay, there. Okay, so now I have my scissors, and can you see up? Is that too close, Lilia? I have to trust you as my camera person. So 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch, I go through on the vertical, so to speak, with the grain of the hair. And then I use my slicker brush and I pick. And so it's very laborious and very time consuming. But if I put my fingers underneath the mat and I put the scissor into the mat comme ça, I know that I'm not stabbing him because I have my middle finger protecting his skin, and then I just go through it. Now, of course, he's going to lose volume, but for clients that really don't want their dogs to be shaved, this is the answer. There is that point of no return where this cannot be done, but I'm a master at it, so I know it can be done with just being patient and time. I did his body yesterday for 4.5 hours, and now I'm going to proceed with his neck. And just slowly work through his coat like this. Now, if I don't get it all through on this particular square right now, it's pretty much clear. I'm going to move to the next area because that slicker brush is metal and it can be hard on their skin. You have to use proper pressure. And so here I just slowly thin it out, and then I pick. Stay, Skip. Oh, sorry. And given now that it's winter in San Francisco, it's cold and wet, and shaving a dog when it's not really, really necessary. I never shave dogs unless it is the worst of the worst. And one might consider this very, very bad, but as you can see, it can be dematted. And so hopefully this will demonstrate to people that you can do it. Most times groomers will shave. Stay, Skippy. But there is an option, and hopefully this little video will demonstrate it. The challenge is going to be underneath his throat, where it's really very delicate and, you know, like surgery, dangerous work. So for now, I'm working on the top of his neck, and then we'll let him have a little break. And then I'll work on the bottom of his neck. So that's it for now. And then of course I'll take a video after I've done this whole neck to show that I can get a grooming comb through every 1/8 inch of him. And thank you, Lilia, for being my camera person. Bye. Well, I'm here with Skippy the day after I dematted him. So there were 2 dematting sessions, one for 4.5 hours and the other for 2.5 hours for his neck. It took me, so that's 7 hours to demat him. Now I know he doesn't look fantastic, but I saved his coat to the best of my ability. It was completely matted. There are places behind his ears that I had to scissor out. I did not put a clipper on him at all. Nothing. This was all done by hand. So that in 6 weeks, he will grow out. The places here, like on his barrel, are very, very short. But it will even out in 6 weeks, and he'll look pretty normal. He grows like a weed, and so now he's going to have a bath, and I'm going to show you that a comb goes through his coat 100% throughout his entire body. So this work has to be done before the bath. Every 1/8 of an inch of him, a comb has to get through everything. So then this way, when I go to dry him with my power blower, he will get a fabulous blow dry. It will become completely straight. And if I didn't completely demat him before the bath and I had to do some of that work while he was wet, it just makes it so much harder for him. When the hair is wet, it pulls on him so much more. So as you can see, I can get a comb, and even with that, look at the hair that I get out. So here too, there were portions behind his ears because the collar had been left on for 3 months. They had been bathing him, but not brushing and combing him. And so he was just one big piece of felt with a big sweet nose. Underneath here is completely dematted. It looks choppy, but at least he has some fur left on him as opposed to shaving him, where he would have stick straight legs, and it would take months and months to grow out. And it's cold and wet now here in San Francisco, so he really had only been groomed professionally once since he arrived in the beginning of September. He's now a year old. He should be groomed every 2 to 3 weeks professionally. And so we're going to bathe him now. I'm going to deep condition him with my own hair conditioner. So he's going to get the full spa treatment. All right, my love, let's get started. Okay, you're a good boy. Are you good? All right. Well, here's Skippy, all done. You want to shake? So this is a golden doodle that took about 3 days over a period of hours for me to demat. And he's been washed and dried and conditioned. And I rescued his coat so he didn't have to be shaved like a little piglet and be cold and miserable and embarrassed in the wintertime. And all things considered, I think it looks fabulous, marvelous, in that it is still choppy, but within 2 months it will grow out completely evenly, and it looks decent. It's presentable in my opinion. Underneath here he still has some fur, which was matted. His entire body was completely one piece of felt. So with patience and love, he turned out very well, and this is a golden doodle that was completely matted, that I dematted with my slicker brush, my scissors, and a comb by hand for hours. And that's Skippy. And look at his eyelashes, look at them. Oh my Lord, you are the cutest boy ever, and I still love that nose. Thank you for being a good boy. I'll see you in a couple weeks. We're going to get on a program, and I will write about this experience on Ken's Canine's blog, Diary of a Dog Groomer. Okay then. Thank you, big boy.